there, signs of Scorpio. This is Kim here to do your messages with the Celtic cross that you're meant to hear within these next 3 days. For whatever reason, they're meant to come across your path, give you maybe information about what's to come in the future. But what's interesting is when I'm sitting down here, the song immediately comes into my head of, it's Dido, it's called Hunter. If you've not heard it, it's just, she's like, I want to be a hunter again. I want to see the world alone again. Yeah, so something about that, something about you wanting to be a hunter again, wanting to experience something again, maybe in a new way. And it also says, so let me go. So let me go. Could be perhaps somebody's got some sort of cord that they've tried to attach to you. No, spirit guides, angels, give me some messages here for Scorpio that will benefit them, please. Signs of Scorpio. Thanks guys for being here with me. Appreciate you. Appreciate your really nice comments that I get, and liking the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We'd love to have you here. It's a beautiful community, really nice people on this channel. Oh wow, there's some sort of news. I wonder if we're doing a Celtic cross or if we're just pulling some cards for you, because of the way that it's like wanting you to just do something, whether it makes sense or not. Just do something, whether there's a schedule or not, whether there's an outline or not. Do something whether it makes sense or not. That's the message I'm getting. And then Page of Swords here says, venture forth. Says, dreams could not contain her ambition, her strength, or her curiosity. A lifetime of thrills awaits. What a beautiful way to look at the Page of Swords. You know, this is Todd Alcott's Sci-Fi Tarot. I think we are just going to pull cards. What a beautiful card, because this is this could be you just finding out more, maybe some sort of research that you might be doing. But this is like the news, like you find out something. They're giving me the message of a person who's exploring their own awareness, their own consciousness, and how it's expanding, and they're learning more. But because of that, like, you're also getting this like thirst to know more about the outside also. Maybe it's because of all these things that you've discovered within you. There might be somebody watching you at this time too. Page of Swords, this sometimes can mean that. Sometimes can mean that there's somebody that's observing what you're doing as you are also observing something too. All right. There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of action, even though this is not, there's no wands energy. I feel, or maybe I'm feeling that there's going to be a lot of action here. She is, it says Two of Pentacles, she's trapped between two realities at this time. There's somewhere that you're going that you're feeling like, oh, I'm having to stay in this now moment. And maybe you're busy, right? Maybe something's keeping you really busy, but at the same time, like, you know that you're in between two things. It's that something is going to change big time for you soon. Queen of Swords. Oh, this clarity of mind here, this mind energy. I would say that the Scorpios that are being drawn to this are very crystal clear on what it is that they want, what they want to discover, what they want out of life. You all are determined. As it says here on the Queen of Swords, it says she knows what must be done and she isn't afraid to do it. She protects herself. Okay, on that card you can definitely see she's protecting herself. She has this like laser-like focus here. She even has a special extra object, like a special extra sense that that your spirit team has given you, or source, the Most High has given you, something that allows you to have clarity here and what you're thinking and what your mind is sound. Okay, your mind is sound. Your vision is sharp, clairvoyant, claircognizant. Gnosis. Knowing. So anybody that gets in the way, like that is actually, I would think that song, I Want to Be a Hunter Again, it kind of reminds me of the Queen of Swords, because this Queen of Swords goes after what they want. They don't let anything get in the way. If something is not in alignment with their focus, then they're just simply not part of the plan anymore. She'll use the sword. So, communication is key right now, especially with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Let's ask a question about that communication that's coming in, or that you are also communicating. I want to know more about the communication. Puts you on top. It puts you on top. We have the there we go. You can see that, right? The card number 6 with Ascendants. It's a 6 of Wands energy. This is a communication is to other people. You see you see right here, these people standing in the background. They're looking at a leader. They're looking at a leader. They're looking at somebody that they look up to, that they admire. This person has achieved something great, and everyone else can see it, and everyone else can notice. Might not get recognition from your hometown. Might not get recognition from your family for some sort of big achievement or spiritual progress that you've made. But believe you me, it is noticed by every single other person. You're admired here. So this communication is coming from you, and it's to like a crowd. I want to say a crowd. I'm still reading this book called Stalking the Wild Pendulum. Oh my gosh, what's his name? I should know his name. It's a Russian. Bentov, I think. I think that's the name, Bentov. Yeah. And Stalking the Wild Pendulum talks about how we have these frequencies that we embody when we're doing like inner spiritual work, where like a pendulum swings, like everything goes into coherence or order when you like slow yourself down and you get into this state, this inner state of peace and calmness. And when you get into this state, not only do like all of your organs start all kind of like syncing up, everything syncs up, but you sync up with like the frequency of Mother Earth, the Schumann's resonance, but you hook up with others also, and then that frequency can grow in intensity too. So you're one of those people, you're one of the leaders of frequency is what I'm feeling, because of that just coming through to me is like you being a leader in frequency and vibration, and in a very physical way, because that book it does refer to things like this is a physical thing. This is somebody working on a certain frequency at one time zone while another one is sleeping, and then the other person awakes. Now their systems are going, and now that one's sleeping, and so somebody has to carry the frequency, the vibration, and you're one of those leaders. Bentov. Not the easiest book to understand. That's why I'm like only on page 50 right now. Take it slow. Take it slow. What else do you have as a message for Scorpio, please? 5 of Swords. Wow, they're saying you can navigate anything. Any kind of, and 3 of Swords too. Yeah, you can navigate anything. At this point, you've been through so much heartache. You have had so many other energy. Look, those are the others, the other energy. Those are that is the energy of discord. That is not coherence. That is not in a good divine order. And it pulls at you. And it comes and it pulls through heartache and past experiences that then manifest as fear to even move forward in life. But you've conquered that. And you are, you're achieving despite is what this is. the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords is coming out to let you know how strong it is for you to be in this Queen of Swords. You could have alchemized that energy in a very different way, but you didn't. Instead, you stood up for yourself and you're determined to get past all distractions, all negativity, all heartache, all experiences that were hanging on. Because there's something that you want. Oh, interesting. This too shall pass. Something put you in your power, though, and made you even more determined than ever to have a new experience, to have something new, okay? With the Queen of Swords, this is like, your mind's made up. Your mind's made up. You stand for the Libra attributes here of justice and truth, and it is a certain way with you here right now, and others might even take that as, okay, see you succeeding, right? See you in the Six of Wands and say, well, this person's acting aloof or cold. I don't think that's what it is. I think if people have one idea of what you've actually faced and what you've been through to get this, to put you into this power position, they really wouldn't understand. They still wouldn't understand. But it's from my reader point of view, it's what made you strong enough to even like to peel the onion and notice this attribute of yourself that you could be living in. Yeah, I don't know if you would have discovered it without this. So now you're keeping to yourself. Now you're keeping to yourself. You're having patience with something that you're growing, something that you're building. There could have been no. I'm not going to talk about like what could have been, and I'm not going to talk about these people's negativity or what they did to you, because I feel like what's more relevant here is what is developed from this, and that would be your ability to ward off energies that you need to, your ability to look at the sacred temple of your body and say, look, I can shut the door to this energy. I don't allow you in. And you may be keeping things to yourself. That mentions a little secret here about what you're building. Maybe keeping, of course, resources. You might be trying to stockpile up something for yourself here so that you can get this thing that you're so focused on. But you may know some secrets about things that are being built at this time. That's a strange message. You may, and I guess because it must be something that you're creating too. So Temperance here is coming out with this person here on this Four of Pentacles. But look at him. Doesn't he look real patient, but yet stern? Having important documents in his hand and a lab coat, like, with obviously some alien ships in the background in the shadows, like, we've created it, we've recreated it, and you don't know about it. I don't know. There's something here that's like out there that you know. And I'm picking up on it. Okay, so Temperance is talking about finding life's balance. It's talking about divine timing. Things in the background that have to be connected together. You see this circuit board. These things that in life that we don't necessarily notice, all the connections. Sometimes they're inside an object. They're too small for us to look at it with our naked eye. But we know that all of these connections matter, right? That's very true with Temperance. That's why it's really important to have that card, finding some sort of balance, because they're finding balance between all the connections that make something perfect. 3, 4, 5, 6. You notice that? 3, 4, 5, 6. It's alignment. And if we want to look at numerology, we'll say that 10 is completion. And so when you're getting towards 6, you're getting really close to something that you've wanted to manifest into completion. or its full glorious reveal might be something revealed in a much bigger way than you ever could have thought was going to happen. Judgment. Spirit is telling you that there's going to be some important decisions made on this path that you are already determined and already focused to follow. They will be guiding you. Some things in your life will be going to the grave, while some things, major things, get resurrected, made new. I look at judgment almost like the rising phoenix, if you think about it, because people are rising from their graves. And what does the phoenix do? Every 500 years, the phoenix prepares an altar of cloves, and it burns itself willingly, knowing that it will rise from the ashes. So there could have been some major things, and maybe you're still going through some major things right now that are having to close out, that you understand are part of the process for you to rise into this glorious new form. That would be your judgment, right? Your decision, your judgment. I wonder if there's anything else they want to add to this. Anything else that you would want to add to this, please? The sun and the moon. I give you the sun and the moon. Just reminds me of Game of Thrones. Give you the sun and the moon, Khaleesi. I see this as beautiful because it just right away it says to me, there is going to be a light source available for you 24/7. You have the support of the moon reflecting the sun. The sun is brighter than ever in your life. You'll be stepping into what feels like some sort of leadership or pioneering role. Others will really see you. There are secrets. There is mystery. There's the moon. I think that's within you and what you're doing, just the way that this reading's coming across to me. This is going to be a time for happiness, re-energized energy, healthy, healing oneself, maybe even spontaneous, miraculous healing that comes about. Honestly, anything's kind of possible with this energy. Anything's possible when you're, like I said, you're being guided 24/7. You're being guided. You can't really go wrong if you're listening to your intuition, connecting your head with your heart, like the Queen of Swords would. And it says, what lurks beneath the surface? The moon. The moon is changes. The sun is like big, happy changes. That's how I look at it. The moon could be revealing inner, hidden inner feelings, emotions. Could be, it could be revealing things like that. Oh, it's time for you to be heard. They're wanting you to pick up the microphone. Also, they're telling you that you have been heard. You have been heard by Spirit, by the Most High, the Creator, your angels. You have been heard. Whatever it was that you spoke, that you affirmed for yourself, they're telling you you have been heard. Now, there's something here about like the world needs to hear you. Something that you have to say, some way that you express. Maybe it's just the way that you live life, but your frequency needs to be felt and heard and amplified at this time. It's the microphone. Amplified. So this says news, trending, broadcast, expression, strong opinion, make known current events, public speaking, speak truth, communicate, social media, being heard, and speaking up. time to play and exploration with the inner child energy there on the bottom. So you're stepping onto this stage, and you're definitely not in the background. You're the one that's being ushered towards the microphone. Repairman. It's time for an upgrade. And interesting, it's a watch that's being repaired, isn't it? Almost like maybe you're fiddling around with timelines. Maybe you're doing some things in meditation that involve quantum changes and leaps in your own life. Whatever it is you're recovering from the Five of Swords energy. So whatever this did, whatever this loss or heartache caused you, you're recovering from it, and things will be made right, restored, and even upgraded. Here's the Youth card. It says mutable, breaking free, rebellious, on the verge. On the verge. I think it has to do with that statement, on the verge. You're on the verge. Like on the verge, you're about to try something that's a little bit different, unconventional, might even look rebellious. What's on the verge? To travel, place your roots somewhere other than where you're at, possibly. You're about to place your anchor. That's where your faith is, right? Somewhere different. So yes, travel, but it's the golden octopus because it has to do with different money offers. I don't know, but they're just giving you, like, you could be going here, there, and everywhere. Something here about commerce is going to pick up. Oh, sales is going to pick up. Commerce is going to pick up. You could be like open to completely moving your whole life, like, but this can be about where are you placing your roots. Like it's a big energy. Actually, it's a really big energy. It's the Magician. To clarify what this is about, it's you're the one manifesting this. That's to me, that's one of the most powerful cards in the deck is the Magician. You're manifesting your 10 of Cups. You're getting your heaven on earth. And I don't say that lightly, because the 10 of Cups is big. It is the completion, your happiness, your material needs being met too, being in the right location, having the children around you. If you have children, maybe you have furry children and those are your children. Or maybe you just want a life of solitude. That could be your completion of your 10 of Cups also. Whatever it is, like you know you're in this Magician energy and that you can do it. You're the fifth needed element in that equation. Everything else is what you have here to work with. It's the things you use in the recipe, but you're the one that decides how's it going to be combined. How do you want it to taste? Because you're the Magician. Yeah, you're building your fortress. Determined and unbreakable. Building your fortress. And you have a really, wow, fortress is still here on the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it. They want me to read it all to you. The fortress is what you're building. You have fortitude, staying power, stubborn maybe, sealed off or aloof. Didn't they say that some might mistakenly call you that, but you're focused, right? You endure, you're prepared, you have a backbone, you're lasting, you're ready for anything, you're determined, unbreakable, you have true grit, you have what it takes. And Emerald is big, wide open, heart opening, heart chakra opening, cracked wide open. This is what's coming in. And this is the second card that says heal on it. The Repairman card says heal on it too. I think that's the ones that say heal. And I thought the sun might represent actual healing on a whatever body level, mind, body, or soul. So healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, rare, peace, soul restoration, growth, a strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and the heart chakra. So let's get an angel number message for you. I'll wrap it up because I think that this has pretty much said what it needs to say. 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Look, the moon is mysterious changes with regards to people that are coming into your life. You'll be celebrating with these people. You are trapped between 2 things at this time, but not really trapped. You're going to be making a choice or decision, and it definitely can have to do with the 8 of Pentacles, or what it is that you are focused on what you want to be doing with your days. It doesn't always even have to be actual, like I'm working for money or nothing like that, but if it is, then it applies to that. It's something that you have mastery, and it's something that you prefer to do all day long. And really, there is a saying, and of course I'm going to get the saying not exactly right, but it's Confucius. It talks about the person who loves their job doesn't have to work a day in their life. I think that's it. And so there's something here with that to me. Yeah. Something here with that. 27 says your mind is wide open. You are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression, and you want to improve the conditions of people, whether in the community, country, or the world at large. I'm expressive. All right, that has to do with the microphone, I'm pretty sure. You value freedom of expression, and you want to improve the conditions of people, basically in the whole world. Number 27, I am expressive. And number 999, thank the past for the lessons. Leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of a life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. I am unique. That's what I have. And thank you for joining me. Sending you much love, Scorpios. Bye.